Oh, didn't see you there. Don't mind me, I'm just walking a couple of armadillos. Look at them, they look like puppies. It's like I'm being followed by puppies. Come. They're super cute and adorable. But hello. Ooh. Welcome back to another episode of Miko's survival series. Wait. A few got out. This is a common problem with transporting them, is that a few of them will get out just because they're super slow and won't be able to keep up with you. However, we are taking all of these armadillos to create a farm for the meantime, because as you can see, my pickaxe is about to die. And if you don't know, armadillos have one of the best, if not the best, XP farm design out there. They literally have unlimited XP supply, and in a span of a few minutes you could basically be full when it comes to your XP bar. I am holding a spider eye which they are attracted to, and you can see how slow they are walking. I'm not dragging them here, but that's just how slow they walk. So we need to drag them out. Oh no. Yes, we're very near our destination. Oh no. Oof. Wait, this is bad. This is awful. Let's try. Yep, it's working. We've got only 2 armadillos remaining. We must be very careful. Yes, now we move forward. Let's see. Yes. Move a bit here, baby girl. Yes, we're near it. You're very near it. The cobblestone pole. They don't want to go. Please help us. Finally, we made it to the enclosure at once. Oh my god. That took so much effort. And by the way, while I was setting this up, I found a pink sheep naturally spawning, by the way. I found it just near here. So that's a very rare occurrence, but you know what? And he's living. He is leaving. Now we have our armadillo farm that we will be farming very soon. Now on a side note, however, I am now fully stacked. As you can see, I have protection and unbreaking on all of my stuff, and I also have mending on my boots, my shorts, and my helmet. That is because I have made 2 key adjustments this past few days. The first being, I have now started trading. I have now created a small villager trading hall, which is just a temporary solution to my enchantment needs. Up in this small mountain along the villages, we can see my villager box. This is my villager trading hall where I have been trading for a while. We have Albus Dumbledore who sells me mending book, and that is one of the key things that we need in our setup, which I have now added in a few of my stuff. As you see, this is the current progress to the base. If you look at it here, there's not much of a difference. We still have the giant glass dome, but there is a lot of difference going down here. If we go down this stream down to the bottom of the hole, we are looking at this. This is the new and improved area that we will be using. I thought that this hole will be enough. However, I am totally wrong. This is what it should look like, and this is what it should be as big as. This is how big it goes. And this whole hanger-like structure will spread up until here. And this whole area where all the deep slate are will be mined As you can see, I was mining all of this right here, and this also needs to be mined right over here. However, I do not have the experience I do not have the materials in order to do that, since I am about to lose my pick. So it is very important for us to start doing the XP farm first before we deal with this whole mess of a project. After doing that, I believe this whole area is now set for our mining session, or for our XP session. Essentially, what will happen here is that we will splash them with the infestation potion. That will give them infestation, which means that every time they are dealt with damage, they spawn silverfish, which we then kill. The good thing about it is that armadillos do not take damage when they are scared of zombies, which we do have right over here. Now, if all things are correct and right, we can now start our mending session by mending our pickaxe. Let's do this. First, let's light it, and then splash potion, close them. Yes, it works. Still going, honestly. It is still going. Insanely powerful. From 25 to 44 levels, absolutely madness. Now back in the Batcave, we are now set to do the much awaited project. Oh boys, I'm super excited right now. And it's time for us to get our game on and start this build. So get your parcel tongue mouth out, because today we're speaking snake to open the chamber. Here, ladies and gentlemen, is the finished Chamber of Secrets. Oh my god. Look how cool this is, dude. So cool. Oh. I'm really happy with this build. I'm super duper happy with this build. Honestly, this is probably the biggest build I had done. As you guys know, and as I said in my first episode, I have been a Minecraft Pocket Edition player for a very long time, and builds like this are not very possible in that kind of medium. So seeing something this big and this huge is just amazing to see, honestly, and it's been a core part of my childhood, honestly. The books and the series itself has been a core part of my childhood. That's why I want to give back to it by building this massive architecture. For you to know, I took the test and I am a Slytherin, so that's probably one of the reasons why I did this whole Chamber of Secrets thing. If we go up top of this huge hole, back on this tubes of some sort, the back of this whole area or the whole face of Salazar Slytherin has been my base when building it. Here I have all of my storage systems, my farms, my super smelter, and my lichen farm. Up top here, we can see the lip that I was talking about, the glass lip that I was referring to last episode. And we're probably gonna be starting the tour of the whole base right around here, or the whole build right around here. This is because this is the lip that I was referring to you about. Instead of having that one big glass thing up top or glass dome up here, I added this whole ridge or this whole lip to it, so it looks kind of polished and good. I also added a few lips and then a few definitions or depressions to make it look nice. On top of that is the Slytherin logo or the Slytherin insignia up on top, and looks super good and delicious to look at. Honestly, one of the best additions is this glass dome up top. I'm glad I changed it, honestly. Thank you for those comments as well who decided that they wanted to change it. It was super helpful, and I'm pretty happy that I changed it. It looks good. In the vicinity of this area will be reeds that will glow. That is why I wanted to build a glass dome. Aside from this one, let's look forward to inside of the base itself. As we drop down below once, and as we drop a second time, going through the noodles of this build, there we have the whole build. So let me tour you into it, okay? First, we have the giant big corridor that awaited Harry on the second movie rather. Of course, you have the door which Harry opened with his parcel tongue mouth, but sadly I do not know how to do redstone yet, so I might have to search it later on to build a redstone door for that amazing Slytherin door that we saw. You've got this whole corridor, which it just looks amazing, honestly, with all the statues. Now, it is a bit too bright, I will admit that. It is a bit too bright. I did add a bit too much light on this build. It's not that ambient or moody in a sense, but I like it. One thing that we're missing, however, are those little spiky watery things up top here. A little depressions or little protrusions of water or stone on these vents. We forgot to add those. We will add them later on. We also forgot to put arches on these areas right here. I wanted to add arches on these small pedestals or the small walkways that Harry walked. I wanted to add those, but probably will add them later on. I also discontinued the statues going down into the floor over there. Aside from that, a bit more greenery would be needed in this whole build. A bit of bushes or even moss would greatly improve this. As of now, it looks a bit too gray for me, but would have to do all of those things probably on the next episode or further episodes down below. Moving forward from this corridor, which looks amazing, we have our statue of Salazar Slytherin. That looks good. I'm so proud of this build. I've never done faces before. I've never even considered building faces before. So this whole face was modeled based on Notch's head, and it was designed I was designing this head based on that. I also added little braziers of fire going forwards, and the snake statue head, and it looks good. Honestly, it looks super duper good. Although we are missing a few protrusions over to the sides and maybe a few depressions over the side, in totality, this whole build is finished and I would say complete. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below if you like this build that we did. I honestly like it a lot. Overall, a few minor adjustments needs to be done, but that will be done later on another episode. I would say, I would presume will be done in another episode. Aside from the Chamber of Secrets, I also had a few runs with the Trial Chambers. Finally, I finally visited the Trial Chambers and had a few runs of it. And I will have to show to you what the heck happened within those runs. Alright, hello guys, this is Editing Miko, and I want to talk to you about this entire debacle that we are in. Firstly, why do I have so many diamonds in my pockets? That is because I went to a huge mining session. I went to a big mining session where I needed a lot of diamonds. As you can see, I am in my editing software, and the entire mining session lasted for 4 hours, which in the end I got around 5 stacks, I believe, of diamonds. Now, within that run where I was mining, I randomly found this stronghold or this trial chamber all of a sudden, and honestly, I was just surprised to see it. And then I decided to, well, risk it. I just went in and tried it for the first time. Now, aside from that trial chamber runs that you are seeing as of the moment, the reason why I needed the diamonds was because I don't want to mine deep slate. Let me articulate on that matter a bit further. You know, the entire Chamber of Secrets build, that was entirely on deep slate. And if you guys didn't know, deep slate takes a lot of time to mine. And I'm sorry, but I'm not mining and spending weeks of my time just mining thousands and thousands of deep slate. So basically, I decided to put a much more manageable circumstance for me instead of spending hours of my time just aimlessly mining. In my first episode, I admit that I did cheat in order to get a few of my items. That was in my first world, where this new world that I was in is a seed world, meaning I personally picked it and it's basically perfect for the build that I was doing. However, I had to cheat a few of my items that was stuck in the first world that we had. Now, since I can toggle creative mode, I decided to put haste 50 on my mining sessions when I was building the Chamber of Secrets. However, there is a caveat. Whenever I use haste 50 to basically allow me to insta-mine deep slate, I had to pay a terrible price, that being 4 full stacks of diamonds. So that's the reason why I wanted to mine for a very long time, because I wanted to get at least 4 stacks of diamonds to be able to pay the price for my insta mining, which I believe is a fair price of using that kind of power. In the span of building the Chamber of Secrets, I also had to use a lot of different blocks. I thought I had enough of those blocks, but I was taken into reality when in the middle of building, almost all of the blocks that I had was simply not enough. Therefore, I made a ledger. Here is my current ledger. This includes all of the different expenses to be paid from building this specific building. You can take pauses in order to see all of the different accounts that I had to make in order to complete this building, but overall, it roughly cost me around 8 diamond stacks, which by burning it will be my way of paying all of these debts. Aside from paying our debts, the trial chambers were pretty much straightforward. All of the loot that I got was pretty good actually. I was hoping to get a mace, but I didn't end up with one. I did end up with a lot of breeze rods, however, and also the flow armor set or the flow armor trim, which looks super good, especially in netherite and in white trim, which I might do on another episode. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe this has been a very successful episode, and I do apologize for the lack of uploads. I've just been very busy because my sister is finally getting married, and we've got tons of busy things that we got to work with, and that has been taking a lot of my time, so I do apologize for the lack of uploads. However, as I said, this has been an amazing episode. We've done a lot of different stuff. We've done the Chamber of Secrets. We've opened it. We've awakened our parcel tongue. And finally, we have conquered the Trial Chambers. Next episode, let's see what's next and what's in store for us in the next episode. As I always say, keep it current, stay tentacool, and squid up. Bye bye.